Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play on first down will give 4 up to the 29. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
6 yards left on second down. Back to throw, Watson. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for the Ravens touchdown. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
A run for Nick Chubb. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Adafe Owe in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings it 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now this throw caught left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They run the option on 2nd down. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Forced out to his left. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Watson now to throw. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet. No
doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
A quick throw complete on to Beckham. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 39, Watson swings this out for Hunt. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. The 40. 20. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll run with Chubb. from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Round 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Malik McDowell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Jackson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Ronnie Harrison that time able to make the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd and 2, Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed. Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection. Watson on first down. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Chubb running right. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. From the 50, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive. On first down, it's Watson. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. They go with Chubb on second down. 64 yards on the ground for him so far. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Watson rolling to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, wide open, complete. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, well,
and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he will have the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you can see them trying to recover. They've been worked out offensively. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talking about protecting your home turf, they were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Baltimore, they keep